If you had to do your top 3, your superstars of nutrients for the brain and body, what would you put in alongside them?
This video will show you 3 supplements everyone needs to take every day and why. Not just for longevity, but for basic health, which are the minimal building blocks that everyone needs every day. And despite the controversy and supplements, it seems that most experts agree on these very 3 supplements. I will include here my 16 years of research into this and Dr. Rhonda Patrick research, which specializes exactly in that. Let's start with supplement number 1.
Omega-3, the marine omega-3 fatty acids. So these are found in marine types of, animals, fish, cold water fish, fatty fish.
The fish oils, those are very important for inflammation. And it turns out one of these molecules activates SIRT1.
So first one is omega-3. You're the supplement experts. What can you say? How does it affect aging, Rimon?
Yeah, technically speaking, it affects 3 longevity pathways. PPR alpha, I'm going to touch this in a second. The second is inflammation.
The third longevity mechanism is omega-3 improves insulin sensitivity.
It also builds the nervous system in the brain. When you give it to children, they have higher IQ. Because of that, after pregnancy, women with low omega-3 suffer more from depression. It makes sense because the body sucks the omega-3 from the mother's brain to give it to the child. But my favorite one is the PPR alpha, because this PPR alpha is a longevity mechanism that also helps your body to burn fat. So in essence, omega-3, I've been using it with my weight loss clients. It's a fat that helps to burn fat.
What happens when you activate these 3 longevity mechanisms? Will you live longer? Dr. Rhonda Patrick speaks about omega-3 and longevity.
In the case of Bill Harris's work, he's measuring the omega-3 index in people and then looking at their mortality risk. And what he has found is that people that had a omega-3 index of 4% or lower, they had a 5-year decreased life expectancy compared to people that had an 8% omega-3 index. Big difference there, right? 5 years life expectancy. But here's the really interesting thing. And he also looked at smokers. Smokers that had no omega-3 were like the worst of all. But smokers that had the high level, like smokers that were taking their fish oil or eating fish or whatever it was they were doing to get them up to 8%, they had the same life expectancy as non-smokers with the low omega-3 index.
Wow.
Now, this can be actually found in foods like, sardines, salmon, mackerel. You tell us a little bit about the tips in terms of oxidized and unoxidized fish oil that you could recommend to people.
You have 2 options. One is to buy the glass container and in liquid. If you buy that and from a reputable company, what they do, they put something that protects the oil from being oxidized. But the moment you open it, you have to keep it in the fridge and you have to consume it within 4 weeks. If you have to choose capsules, then I would buy directly from the company, not necessarily from the store, because this way I would make sure that it didn't stay a long time, on the shelves or some warehouse. And ideally, I would buy it wholesale directly from a company that keeps them in the fridge. And once you have it, you need to keep it in the fridge. Most people don't know that, but the capsule protects the fish oil from oxidation only in the fridge. So the gelatin works as a protective cover only in the fridge.
So if you're getting capsules, keep the capsules in the fridge.
Yes, definitely.
But you don't know where it's been prior to getting to your house, basically. That's the problem.
Yeah, this is why I prefer the liquid, because the liquid, it's safe until you open it.
But what about the transport? Like, I know, like imagine you getting this fish oil, and okay, by the time it gets in your house, it's like right now where I live, Fahrenheit, it's like 90 degrees, right? Florida.
In the liquid in glass container with a metal cap, that the oxygen, the oxygen wouldn't be able to penetrate.
It doesn't spoil. The heat doesn't spoil it.
Yeah.
So you recommend liquid form in a glass container. Okay. And let me ask you a question. Fish oil, is cod liver oil, would that be under the same category or no?
Yeah.
Same as fish oil.
It has just less omega-3 per the same volume of liquid.
I see, but it's cod liver oil. Let me ask you another question about fish oil. If somebody's eating a lot of salmon, sardines, blah, 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 do they still need fish oil, or is that kind of already...
Probably not, unless they started eating those fish only recently. So if they've been doing that for a long period of time, then they probably don't need the fish oil. But I think, in my opinion, there is no harm in consuming a bit more, because most of us there is so little omega-3 in food. It's pretty amazing.
Now, do you recommend any particular kinds of fish? Doesn't matter,
consuming it or as a supplement form?
For supplement.
No, I mean, generally speaking, most of the omega-3 the fish oil that you buy, usually it's the small fish, sardines, anchovies. It's almost
And those are all
almost, yeah, because they're the cheapest and have a lot of omega-3.
One of your original questions was krill oil versus fish oil.
Yes.
And DHA specifically in phospholipid form, it's more bioavailable. If you're comparing exact quantity or concentration in triglyceride form versus phospholipid form. However, krill oil supplements are so low dose, and also krill oil supplements are notoriously rancid. I haven't found a good krill oil supplement. I pretty much stay away from it. I mean, if you smell it too, I mean, it's just like it just smells rancid.
Krill oil. It's a phosphatidylcholine supplement with a bit of omega-3. Fish oil gives you the mass of omega-3, and krill oil will give the fish oil the delivery system of omega-3 into the brain. In other words, it will help you transport omega-3 to the brain better, but you're going to get very little omega-3 to improve your omega-3 status.
What about like krill oil?
About the krill oil, there are debates about how protected it is against oxidation. Some says that it has perfect oxidation. Others says that what protects, there is something called astaxanthin. Have you heard of it? It's an antioxidant that's supposed to protect the krill oil. And the issue with krill oil is that you get very little omega-3. You get it in a better form, but a bit of it. And I think the research supports more the amount than the form.
The research supports more the amount.
Because the krill has the phospholipids, you know?
And those are not good. And those are not good.
No, they're great. But in net, omega-3, you get very little.
Amazingly, I watched Rhonda's interview after I recorded this segment, which is from my course. We've reached telepathically the same exact conclusions about krill oil. Now, as we move to basic supplement number 2, you really need to subscribe now.
Supplement-based or food-based compounds that you think are especially useful for brain and or body health?
I do think magnesium is important in there as well. I mean, I think about 40% of the U.S. population doesn't get enough magnesium. It's an essential mineral we're supposed to be getting from our diet. It's also involved in utilizing ATP as well as DNA repair enzymes. We have repair enzymes in our body called DNA repair enzymes. These are enzymes that are involved in repairing damage to our DNA. They require magnesium. Magnesium is a cofactor for them.
So let's talk about magnesium next. And what I know about magnesium, it's involved in a lot of processes in your body. Rimon, what could you say about this one a little bit more?
For me, the big thing about aging is reducing inflammation that causes
it's
aging.
very tightly connected to longevity if it's dealing with inflammation.
And also, it helps the enzymes that repair your DNA. So if you don't want to have DNA damage, you want to repair this damage, you must have enough magnesium. It helps your body repair DNA damage.
The DNA repair issue is a big deal because it's one of the hallmarks of aging. We lose both the epigenetic information but also the genetic information, which also can lead to tumors and mortality. Important note about magnesium: a plant cannot make magnesium, they can only suck it out of the ground. And if the agriculture business can get away by not putting enough magnesium into the ground, you won't get it. Vitamins and polyphenols plant can make. In addition, the need for magnesium goes up even more with high stress, which increases the need for magnesium in order to allow the body to relax. Another aspect is our high heavy metal exposure due to coal plants and other toxins which can displace magnesium. So this also increases the magnesium consumption and need by the body. Therefore, the need for supplementation is urgent, even if for just maintenance, not to mention deficiency, which 40% or more of people have.
How do you test if you're deficient from it?
The best test that we have right now is they take the red blood cells and they see how much magnesium is inside.
So it's a blood test.
Yeah, but the issue is, in my experience, it only tells you the magnesium consumption in the last 3 months, because out of that, it's stored in the bones and things like that. I think to be on the safe side, I would take every day.
Side effects to taking magnesium?
No, but if you do, then I would change maybe the form. There are many forms.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like what type, because there's a bunch of magnesium, something citrate. This is glycinate that you're
Yeah, so if citrate that doesn't make you feel good, then buy different magnesium. And maybe instead of buying a tablet that has a lot of fillers, you can buy a capsule.
Yeah, no, here's another thing I heard of magnesium. I heard your body can absorb it better through the skin. So getting magnesium cream.
So the thing is, most people, if they take over, let's say that you're very deficient and you want to take a lot of magnesium, you can't. Because if you take over like 200 milligrams at one dose, most likely you have diarrhea. So taking it through the skin is not going to cause you diarrhea, but you're going to get the magnesium. So it's a great way to recover very quickly magnesium deficiency.
Here's something else to think about with magnesium. It improves your sleep. So consider taking it before sleep. What are some foods that are rich in magnesium?
Leafy greens, dark chocolate.
Oh, dark chocolate too?
Yes. Everything green is going to have magnesium. Like deep green, everything deep green.
So we covered 2 supplements. Before the third and last one, if you have a loved one who doesn't take them, please send them this video link. We all need our community and our families to stay healthy and young too. Let's start with Dr. Rhonda Patrick and get back to me.
Supplement-based nutrients, our health, brain and or body health can really benefit from.
The most obvious would be vitamin D. 70% of the US population has inadequate vitamin D levels. So this is everyone. Been a lot of different meta-analyses of all-cause mortality studies where vitamin D levels seem to be ideal between 40 to 60 nanograms per milliliter.
D3 is very key for your immune system. What do you mean here by may reduce overall mortality?
It has been connected especially to reducing cancer, certain types of cancers, and also in reducing autoimmune diseases. One of the things I do, I'm pretty much weirdo, I read why people die from different governments, different countries. And one of the reasons they die is old people is viruses and infections, and vitamin D helps the immune system. So when you think about it, possibly reducing cancer, possibly reducing death from diseases, it's going to reduce the chance of dying.
Overall mortality rate. What food is it found in? So it's eggs. I see egg yolk, organ meat, salmon, different fish. Cod liver oil has magnesium too, right?
Cod liver is actually, I think, higher than anything that you mentioned because it's a concentrated form of liver.
Right. If somebody is getting enough sun, should they still be supplementing?
Probably not. But you must receive the sunshine after 10 a.m. Otherwise, if you receive it like 8 a.m., but it depends where you live.
But don't get burned.
Yeah, the secret is the shadow. If your shadow is taller than you don't get vitamin D.
If your shadow is... Oh, that's an interesting tip.
What's the optimal dose when taking supplement? My view is that the minimal dose is 4,000 international units, sunshine or supplements. What happens if you go more? Can you get toxicity? It seems not, according to studies. And it makes sense. Paleontologists' research found that our race, the human race, developed in Africa before conquering the entire planet. And in Africa, our ancestors had a very strong sunshine every day with very little clothes on. This sunshine exposure causes the body to make 25,000 units within 30 minutes to 2 hours of direct exposure. Therefore, I find it difficult to believe our body cannot handle 25,000 units per day. And studies show the same, that at some point the body manages to level the vitamin D levels in the blood. It's not a medical recommendation, but what I would do is put the 25,000 units per day at the upper range. Above that, we can expect toxicity. So the bottom line is this: take 4,000 to 5,000 units per day without worry. Then retest your vitamin levels, and if you're too low, below 40 or 50 in your blood tests, increase the dose until you find your genetic sweet spot, because everyone is affected a bit differently by the dose. What matters is the end result in the blood tests.
Vitamin D3 and K2. These are very important, of course, in places where we avoid the sun or we cannot get enough sunlight. And usually those supplements come together in the same pill.
The one other thing I want to touch upon with vitamin D is some people recommend taking it with K2 because they say that vitamin D3 may make form calcifications in your
Yes,
blood
so
cells.
vitamin D basically quadruples the absorption of calcium, and the calcium that you consume from food is going to get absorbed much higher, and vitamin K2 puts the calcium in the right places.
Vitamin K2 becomes more important after age 50. But why? Heart and blood vessel diseases are the #1 killer in our society. They kill about 1 in 3 people. The first stage of the disease is accumulation of soft plaque. Then the calcium comes and makes the plaque very rigid, calculus-like, similar to the teeth. So calcification is the second stage of heart disease and usually happens over age 50, 55, or 60. Vitamin K2 makes sure that the calcium goes to the bones and not to the arteries. So it becomes more important as we age.
Would you recommend the K2 part to cycle on and off it, or is there any downsides to the K2? Is there any?
So the K2, if you buy the K2 MK7, it stays in your system for 3 days. So you don't have to take it every day. You can take it twice a week. That's fine.
MK7. And vitamin K, is that the one that's found in cabbage, right?
Yeah, but it's K1.
You do take K2 with your D3 personally, right?
Yeah, but like I said, I don't take. It's like I
A couple times a week.
in the fridge. I see it. I take it. It's not like part of my strict protocol.
Gotcha.
I won't lose sleep over not taking it.
Okay, micromineral complex. This is very interesting to hear.
Yes.
What can you talk a little bit more about what the microminerals do and why they're important?
So we have 2 types of minerals: macro minerals that we consume in large quantities, magnesium, calcium, salt, right? Which is sodium. The other ones are minerals that we need in tiny, tiny amounts. And
That's like selenium, right?
Yes, and we used to receive these. We used to have some of them on the soil, but now the soils are depleted. So we want to take a supplement to recover some of the loss of these micro minerals from the soil. They help the entire system to work better.
They're ones that detox your stomach too, right? We were talking about the probiotics.
Yeah, they help all sorts of enzymes to do things, including detoxification, yes.
So this makes it a very good foundational supplement. Like with a lot of these supplements, people recommend to kind of cycle off and cycle on and just don't do them the whole time because then your body gets too used to them. With things like magnesium, vitamin D3, do you do those in cycles too? Or would you say just keep...
I think they're just like water. You drink it every day. You don't want to cycle drinking water.
Of course. Yeah. So you just kind of do them.
Are you a subscriber of the Wellness Messiah channel? Still, there are 3 issues preventing you from using my research to live longer and stay younger for much longer. 1. YouTube algorithm. It controls what you see and can see. And this means that you're going to miss out on many of the new videos that I publish. I guarantee this 100%. I've checked with many of my subscribers and they confirmed that they found some of my research videos only 6 months after the publication. Only then they could integrate this new information and new research into the lifestyle. The second problem is that there are protocols and health products that you can use to improve your longevity and health, but are more suitable for me to give you in a PDF form. And I cannot publish those short, concise PDFs with simple protocols here on YouTube. And the third problem is that you may want to get a more in-depth, comprehensive, or step-by-step education and knowledge beyond what YouTube can offer. This can only be achieved via integrative courses with series of small condensed videos, exercises, and checklists that are designed to get you results. I offer as a solution to those 3 problems, joining to my free new email subscription. I've just opened it today for registration. And when you join, you're going to get instantaneously a PDF from me as a gift. Go to wellnessmessiah.com/gift. It's wellnessmessiah.com/gift. Here is what you get for free when you join my email subscription. Immediately on the first email, you're going to get a report, the newest research on quercetin, 5 rules for longevity. From there, you'll get immediate updates about videos I publish on longevity research to help you live longer and stay younger for much longer. This way, you won't miss those research updates because of the YouTube algorithm. And lastly, when you register through my email subscription and stay subscribed, you're going to receive a monthly bonus. It could be longevity PDF protocols, It could be health foods that I'm using, because maybe you want to improve your lifestyle with healthier foods that are tastier than the ones that you're currently eating. And another optional bonus is new longevity courses discounts, which not only allow you to grab a spot faster than anybody else, but also you're gonna get discounts and prices that are cheaper than the links I publish here on YouTube. Go to wellnessmessiah.com/gift. It's wellnessmessiah.com/gift. See you in the first email, the PDF gift.